each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon to you. Sure, everybody is out eating their hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff. I've been sweating all afternoon, getting some stuff done. Stuff done. So we're going to talk about live and let live today. You know, we go through this a lot of different scenarios that we got to use this. Live and let live does not equal abuse. That's not what that means. See, for us alcoholics, we cannot live with these things. They are the dubious luxury of other people, man. And I say other because, normal has a hard time as a word anymore. Don't be saying normal. People be like, oh, well, nobody's normal. No, we all know what we mean. But I don't want to put people into a class and make them feel that way. I don't like when people do that to me. But yeah, we're going to talk about live and let live. Here, let's do this. We're going to, I meant to do this before, but we're going to use some, be careful on AI. And I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't going to be long. I've been saying this for months. By the end of the year, there will be therapists for AI mental illness. You watch. It'll be the next new thing. They ain't quite wrong. Be careful with AI, man. Be careful. Some places are even using AI for therapy. There's things out there that only humans can do. There's the human condition. There is, okay, right? So like the self-driving cars, those things are going to get into accidents. Those things are going to get into accidents, man. Because something's going to happen real quick and the car's not going to be able to react like a human being. They're not. The brain is still faster than AI. So, all right. Why is it important that alcoholics go by live and let live? Try. See if it gives me an AI. It does. This is where AI comes in useful. When we use it for information to utilize something real quick, that's where AI can be useful. But it should only be used for information. It should not be used for any, maybe customer service, but even then, you could ask it an odd question, it ain't gonna know. So anyway, this is not about AI. But I will give you a heads up about it. Welcome to Daily Trudge. How many movies, how many TV shows do we have about AI taking over? Okay. We humans tend to predict our future. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. All right. I know not everybody can comment. Maybe your nails are drying. Maybe they're wet. Well, I'm just going to sit over here and double check chat from YouTube just in case. So let's see what this has to say here. The slogan, live and let live, is important for alcoholics in recovery because it emphasizes focusing on personal recovery and letting go of the needs to control or judge others. That's really all it is. Okay. This helps individuals maintain peace, avoid conflict, and concentrate on their own journey to sobriety. One of the things that I kind of hear people making a mistake with the program is you do the program for you. You can't do it for anybody else. I utilize live and let live so that I'm not fucking angry all the time, so that I can be of use to other people. That's why I use it. That is the main reason. Because I don't want to be angry about something. There's no point, right? You know, there was somebody that they put something out, and right, because sometimes I take things a little personal. I'm an alcoholic and I tend to do that shit, right? And they're like, we should be blaming Trump. We need to blame the people who voted for Trump. You know, that takes it a little too far for me. So I unfollowed them. I didn't unfriend them. I'm gonna give them a, you know, but I didn't say anything. What is there to say? That's their opinion. They can have their opinion. Absolutely, they can. But that doesn't mean I have to be around to hear it. Doesn't mean I'm going to, doesn't mean I have to sit around and hang out. Not required for me. You know, a lot of anger, today. I'm going to say just this short thing. If you don't appreciate your freedom, then go. Then go. Then go. For an alcoholic, I can't sit in those things. No, I got to be very careful on where I start to align myself. Because, like I said earlier, we alcoholics, well, we human beings, predict our own future. We do it all the time. The mind is extremely powerful. And I'll give you an example. You ever been looking for your keys and you can't find them and they were right fucking in front of you the whole time? Or maybe your phone, glasses, something important, right? I can't find my phone. I can't find my phone. I can't find my phone. Guess what? You couldn't find your phone because you were telling yourself you couldn't find your phone. And your brain said, okay, well, I'm going to block it out because it's not there. That's why men can never find the fucking ketchup in the fridge. Because it has been qualified over and over and over and over again. You want to know why men can't find the ketchup in the fridge? Because we've been told we can't. Huh. You think I'm wrong? Go give it a test. Start saying this to your man. You find the ketchup every single time. And you watch. You watch what happens. They will start finding the ketchup every single fucking time. Okay? But the brain is only there to do what you tell it to do. But I use my brain to tell my brain what to do. Yeah, that's kind of a conundrum I don't know how to answer. So live and let live isn't about allowing them to live and do what they want. That's not what it is about for us. It is about letting it go so that I can focus on what is actually important. That's why it is used. Okay. But we alcoholics always tend, well, it's them. It's always them, isn't it? It's always them. You got to stop that. Everything starts with you. Everything. It cannot start somewhere else. All right. So focus on self. The core message of Live and Let Live is to prioritize one's own recovery and well-being. Okay. You can get sober for any reason you want, but you must do the program for yourself or it will not work. I need to get a Zofran. I don't know why, but my stomach suddenly said, fuck you. Maybe it's because I didn't take food with my meds. So, but I don't know if that'll be it because I never take food with my meds. I eat like once a day, maybe twice. I don't eat that often. Or am I putting my phone away? I need that. Where did my phone go? Where's my phone? Where'd it go? I guess. You see my phone? It's not there. Where is it? All right. It encourages individuals to mind their own business and avoid getting drawn into the affairs of others, which can be a distraction from their own recovery. Drama, drama. Alkies love their drama. Drama, drama. Yeah, we do. Well, we love drama. I want to hear about, oh no, I stay on other people's bullshit. Bullshit. So it's easy. It's much easier to get caught up in, I know it is for me. It's much easier for me to get caught up in somebody's drama than it is to focus on my own stuff. It is much easier because I've been doing it for years. Now, switching that back to myself has gotten easier, but it still isn't always easy to do. Sometimes I might have to start my day over 2, 3, 4 times a day. Sometimes it's just once. Sometimes it's none. All right. So avoiding judgment and control. Slogan helps those in recovery to let go of the need to judge, criticize, or control the actions of others. Isn't like half of our steps all about giving up control? Most of our traditions are about giving up control. It promotes tolerance and acceptance of others regardless of their choices or behavior. Now, why do I need this? Because if I'm so busy judging somebody, how am I going to do a decent 12-step call? How am I going to be able to do a decent 12-step call? I'm not. Because I'll be too busy judging them. People that have been homeless, they tend not to judge other people because they know what it's like. They know what it means. But even then, judgment can go on. I was drinking at 17 underneath a bridge. I thought it was fine because at least I wasn't a crackhead. See? Using other people. Maintaining peace. I am pretty sure God wants us to live a joyful life. Yeah. Sometimes I get angry about something. I got to turn it into a joke so I can at least laugh at it. Like the meeting that I was at noon. And it was just funny. Because the topic was restraint of pen and tongue, which comes out of the big book, that we need to learn. And this goes right along with live and let live. Restraining of pen and tongue. But God, that chat was filled because they couldn't restrain themselves from yakking. Did you know that if you're too busy typing something up or whatever, and you're involved in that, you're not listening to the person that is speaking currently? Oh, I can do both. Bullshit. No, you can't. I've met highly intelligent people and they can't do it either. People who are honest with themselves will discover that. Don't sit here and tell me that you know how to, that you can text and drive either. No. Funny how it's okay for that nobody else should text and drive, but it's okay for us. So that's not okay. I don't text and drive. I won't do it. I did just do it at red lights, but now you're not even allowed to do that. So I got to get a little thing for my car or whatever. But I just soon make the phone call and talk to the person because I can talk and drive. That I can do. So maintaining peace by practicing live and let live, individuals can minimize conflicts and create a more peaceful environment for themselves and those around them. This is particularly helpful in early recovery when old habits and resentments can easily resurface. Yeah. That's true. It's easier for those things to pop up in early sobriety. It's easier. Now, if you decide to sway from the program, if you decide, oh, I don't need like a lot of people are deciding today, they don't need a meeting. Okay. and I hate to say this, but bullshit. If there's a day you should go to a meeting, it probably should be today. If it's a holiday, that's even more of a reason. Amber and I were just talking about this. When things are going well, you don't stray from the program. You double down on it. You double down on it, or you're not going to be able to keep that. It's a daily reprieve, right? But I need to maintain my own peace. So you're going to need to be responsible for a few things, your actions for sure, your own emotions. Okay. Emotions are valid, but they are not fact. And your triggers. And we all have triggers. Not triggers to drinking, triggers to anger, triggers to negative emotions. It's hard not to get triggered nowadays, huh? There's so much anger. And if you're empathic, it's going to make it a little bit tougher. Sometimes you just got to get to a place where it's like, fuck it. People are going to do what they're going to do. There's not anything I can do about that. That person, they did it, but if we want to run around angry, if I run around, let's say somebody did something to me, or maybe even indirectly, and I get mad about it, that is no longer their problem. That is now my problem. Before that, it was an opportunity to do something, but I am the one that makes my problems. The only person that can turn it into a problem is me. You cannot turn my opportunities into problems. Only I can do that. Right? Focusing on personal responsibility. I didn't look ahead. I got to quit saying that because I don't think people are thinking that anyway. And I say it a lot. Focusing on personal responsibility. This slogan reminds individuals that they are responsible for their own actions in recovery while others are responsible for theirs. It helps them to stop trying to fix or control others, which can be a major source of frustration and relapse for both the person in recovery and their loved ones. All right. So we're getting ready to have a house meeting if my wife would ever get home. See, I'm trying to control it. I am a little upset that she's not here. Okay. Whose problem is that? It's mine. I did ask her to try and get here a little bit quicker though. But oops. All right. But I gotta focus on my personal responsibility. So we're having a house meeting. The kids don't know this yet, but they brought up again. The owners of the house are like, we are more than happy to work with you guys, and you can buy the house. And I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about it. So we've got an opportunity, but there's a lot of things that kind of need to change around here first, or I will not buy this house. I won't. And the problem is, it's a lot of little things. Nobody's necessarily doing anything wrong. That's not what it comes down to. But things like using my laundry detergent, I'm like, yeah, get your own. Okay. But we've always kind of, for me, but I got to take a look at this because for the last couple of years, what I've been doing is trying to make up for me being an absentee father. So I've been a little codependent. Mm-hmm. See, so I got to take a look at my stuff, right? And this isn't about. I'm not worried about whether I'm going to approach this right or not. It's just a matter of getting things together. You know, I want my kids to. I want them to be better than me. And that's not an expectation. It's just what I would like for them. And I think that all four of my kids, including my two bonus kids, out of the four, I have four kids, two biological, two bonus. They all have the capability to exceed both Shannon and I. And I want them to. But the way it's going right now, they ain't even come close. Okay? Well, that is because of some of the actions that my wife and I have done. That is not entirely on them. I think my wife just got home. Yeah, she did. So I'm going to kind of wrap this up. Now she can give me shit because I gave her shit for not getting here. And now I'm live. So I probably shouldn't have given her shit. Hey, babe,
Yeah.
I'm telling people, I'm like, now she can give me shit for being live because I gave you shit about not being home in time. So go ahead and give it to me.
It's not like Brandy lives an hour away.
Yeah, that's true. She doesn't, but I still need to shower. And I have a 5 o'clock meeting. So,
But you need me to shower?
no, I need to shower. Unless, yeah, would you like to smell my armpits? All right, let me finish this and we'll go to our house meeting. All right. Oh, here's a good one, connection to family boundaries. Live and let live can also be applied to family dynamics. It encourages family members to set healthy boundaries and to detach from addictive behaviors and their loved ones rather than enabling them. Like I said, I swear to God, I did not read forward on this. In fact, you watched me look it up. Thank you, God, for always giving me the right words. See, it's not me, it's God. I can't take credit because I asked God to give me the right words, and He always does. Bored that shit just pops into my head. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the same for you. I don't know. This allows family members to focus on their own well being and recovery while offering support. Now, I kind of did that with my daughter, and it did work. And I'm not saying my parents did a wrong way, they just didn't do it the way that I preferred. That's what it comes down to, live and let live, right? Right? They believed more in tough love. I was more supportive. But my kids also didn't destroy come over and destroy my house and do all the shit that I did either at the same time. Okay. Like running away and no, actually, no, they've both done all that shit. Right. Right. That's why when it came to my youngest, I did not give her a hard time about her drinking. I was not gonna be like, you gotta quit drinking, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Because I was just gonna drive her away more. And it was a fucking blessing that of out of everybody that my daughter knew, I was the one that she came to because these were her words. I came to you because you're the only person I know that's not going to judge me for this. Now, I'm going to tell you something because I know the other side of her family. They're not going to judge her for it either. At least most of them aren't. Her mom's not going to judge her for it. I know her too well. Uh-uh. You know, but I am glad that she came to me, and she's probably finding that out. Right, like her grandma. No, her grandma's going to love her no matter what, which I think is cool. She got good grandparents, great grandparents, no grandparents. Sorry, I get it all mixed up. All right, so all right, it's good joy for everybody to have, right? Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy for all you SpongeBob SquarePants. Never watched it myself, but my kids watched it all the time when they first moved in with me, like 10 years ago. For fuck, that was more like 15 years ago. I'm 54 now. It was 14 years ago, actually. Hi, Amber. I knew you were here. I already knew you were here. I just figured you were getting your nails done or you were in the shower or something. So, people listen to me in the weirdest places. I don't know what it is. And maybe you just got here because it just went up to 2. But I got to wrap it up because I called a house meeting. So we got to get to that. And then I got to jump in the shower and then got 5 o'clock. And I'm going to head over to my sister's. I'm not going for 4th of July. It's also my niece's birthday. I told my mom that I would work on that relationship with my sister. Oh, you just got here? Oh, then somebody else has been here listening to me. Okay. And that's okay too. You're not required to say anything if you don't want to. Or it may be for some reason um you didn't see my message. It was a good message too, Amber. I'm a little because I said I am live talking about live and let live while listening to live. I thought you'd get a kick out of that one. But I told my mom, and I do want this sister to be in my life. But there's been some miscommunications. So the least I can do is she doesn't live very far away either. And I want to stop by and give my niece Tay Tay her present. But I'll probably stick around for about an hour and then come on home because it's also Friday and date night. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here, except for Amber who just got here. Just kidding. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a day.